I don't get to talk much about wrestling on here, but when I do, I try to gather it. Um, I wanted to talk about Samantha Irvin leaving WWE. Now, if you don't know who Samantha Irvin is, she was a ring announcer for WWE for a while, for I think for like a good 4 years, and she made a big name for herself. And she was like a very popular ring announcer, and to most people, she was like one of the best ring announcers like WWE ever had. She had a personality to her. She had a personality to her. She was attractive. She was very, 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 very gorgeous. And she was outstanding at her job. Like I said, she was probably like a lot of people's favorite. I know a lot of people gonna say Howard Finkel is the GOAT, but people was looking at Samantha Irvin as like the GOAT. No, I know most people like Lillian Garcia, and who is back by the way, and good for Lillian Garcia. I did. She was one of my favorites, but I'm not gonna hold you. Samantha Irvin was really, really, really good at what she did. Like really, really good. But most people don't also know is she had other talents. Like she could sing, and if I'm correct, she could play the flute. So she quit. Like last week, she done upped and quit, and a lot of people were surprised about that because it was just like you would think it was, WWE did her wrong or some shit like that, and it wasn't that. It was more or less she wanted to pursue a career, other parts of her career. Because, like I said, she could sing and she could play this. So I'm pretty sure she wanted a music career, or it's just like do other ventures. And WWE wasn't allowing her to because she was really good at ringing out. It was funny because a lot of people was talking about her going to AEW to join Ricochet, her fiance, who was once at WWE and now at AEW. And both Ricochet and Samantha Irvin shut that down. Samantha Irvin literally shut that down, and I'm like, she dropped this bomb. She was like, I really didn't like ring announcing that much. It was like she was good at it. She enjoyed the time being there, but it wasn't really her favorite thing. She wanted to manage. Like she went through the WWE trials, but she really wanted to be a manager or something like that. Or I think she even wanted to be like a backstage announcer, or hell, like even announce the matches. I think she had other parts of the dream, but and we have this saying now, just put the fries in the bag, and I feel like WWE done gave her the just put the fries in the bag. But she's really, like I said, she's really talented, and normally, when if for those that are dreamers, like you got dreams and aspirations, and like this is something that you really want to do, they're usually the ones that they'll take a risk, and she's a risk taker, so she ended up quitting. She ended up quitting. Now a lot of people were surprised about it because she was good, but like I said, I'm gonna keep this short because the last time I tried to record this I in the Navy I was a pipe fitter. I was a home maintenance technician, and um, I did mostly, actually only, did pipe fitting at when I was in the Navy. There was three shops. There was the ship fitting shops, there was the pipe shop, and there was the carpenter shop. Then they added a fourth shop. And they only added the fourth shop because I was the only one qualified for it. But other than that, they moved me back to the pipe shop because I was too good at that job. Literally, it was literally it. And it was but most less likely because what they consider skating, I just didn't like I was doing my job, and once my job was done, I was just like just attend to myself. I was actually trying to study for my ESWAS, but I got bored. But they didn't see me a lot, so it's just like, oh, now you're like I gotta make sure seen, try to help other people. But majority of the time, I was in the pipe shop, and I was one of the better pipe shops people there. If not, I would say one of the best. To the point where I got two EPs out of the pipe shop because one of the and shout out to the first class that gave me those two EP because he was like, I see you bust your ass up here, and I see you like do a lot of work that a lot of people don't usually do, and I get highly recommends anytime where my LPO at the time or any of my LPOs, they'll ask me to go do something, I go do it without question. And if I question anything, it's just like where is that or something about the job, but I end up doing it. because it was just like, look, I'm gonna eat three, I would do it. But I one thing I did notice is that a lot of people like go out or they'll stay in the shop for a while because you're there for 4 years. You're there for 4 years, so eventually, like you would eventually like go to other parts of the job, go to other parts, and everybody did except me. And I was like, damn, why the fuck did I'm still here in the pipe shop? And don't get me wrong, I loved the pipe shop. I loved everything in the pipe shop. But it was more or less likely because I was really, I was the best pipe shop person there. Like, I knew everything in and out. I knew all the heads, I knew heads of bathrooms, by the way. I knew where every bathroom was on my ship. Like you could tell me where it's at, and I would direct you towards it. I knew how many toilets was in each head, like in each bathroom, and what was broken in one bathroom, and what needed to be fixed in one bathroom. Like that's how much I had that shit memorized and remembered, and what was going on. There was one point where we had urinals before we cut those out. That I knew that every week I would get a trouble call for the specific urinal, and I would just go down there every week to just take care of it because it was stocked up so fast to the point where we had to cut those urinals out. And guess who did the brace job? Yours truly. So I did everything. I was qualified. I was qualified in mostly everything, and I was doing mostly everything. Fixing sinks, fix sinks and replace toilets. I done replace pipes. I done made pipes for people that I done brazed. I done welded or did brazed welding jobs up there. And like I did everything in that shop known to imagine. But I was too good at the job. And I never learned, and I never got to venture into other like DCPO was a thing, but at the same time they only made that because I was the only one qualified for it, and they needed someone to just do that job specifically. But after a while, they pushed me back into the pipe shop, and I was like, and to me, I was sad about that because I was like, if you're gonna push me anyway, push me back to the shift in the shop, so I can learn a new trade. So I could, I didn't mind starting from low, but they didn't. But the reason why they pushed me back to the pipe shop because I knew what I was doing. So to a point where everybody was like, "Was it like being back in the pipe shop?" And I was like, "Feels like I never left." Like I did security at the same time, but at the same time, I only had to do security on shore. When I was underway, I went back into doing pipe shop shit. So it did. So did that really matter? Yes and no. I mean, but again, I never really got to venture to other parts of my job, and I was sad about that because I really did like welding and when I was learning my job, I did like the welding, but I never. I wanted that was the one thing I wanted to get better at because I watched all my peoples get better, and I was gradually getting better, but I was still a little bit behind. So it was just like, if there's anything I wanted to work on my welding. I couldn't even get my welding qual because it was just like it's no. Because I even asked like, can I get my welding qual, and they said it's no reason you're in a pipe shop. Just stick to the pipe shop stuff. And it was just like I'm already qualified for most of this stuff. That's it. But that's how they treat it. So the moral of the story is sometimes when you're good and sometimes when you're very good at your position, they will keep you there just for safety precautions because they need someone to just be there just to teach other people. But sometimes you gotta make yourself venture out if they're going to keep you, sometimes you have to have that choice. Now, the military is different from obviously civilian life, but so I'm saying in the civilian life, sometimes we work in these jobs so long and we're good at these jobs that they'll keep us there. Like some jobs won't let you progress. They'll use you as a stepping stone for someone else that they'll try to move in and move up, and they will keep you there because you're really good at their job. And that's to the point where I feel like if as a employee, you either move up or you move out because if they really would, they would keep you there. Like this is the same thing. I would say this without Pizza Bowlies because I was like at a while. It's just like if I'd have gone back, they'd have made me a cashier. I was like, if I go back, I'm not being a cashier. I'm gonna be a night manager. All right, because you had me close down the shops. You had me close down Pizza Bowlies a couple times. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a night manager. I ain't no fucking being a cashier no more with the other people up in front. I'm going to be them, especially since like I work with a bunch of Muslims. They go and pray. Have nothing wrong with that. Like that's their religion, and I respected their religion. Like they would go in the back and pray, and then once they go in the back of the pray, I had to take care of the shop while they go in the back to pray, and I was 19 years old when I was doing this. 19, 20 years old. It's before I joined the Navy. But that's what I was doing that. But I feel like if I go back there, that's what they'll have me doing. Or they'll have me delivering food, which I didn't want to do because like you're not getting paid off of that. But I was getting paid under the table anyway, so it didn't matter. But overall, and I'm telling these people like it's like if you're really good at your job, they're going to keep you there and keep you there as long. But if you have aspirations of trying to move up and move out in this world, then you're going to have to either push it, make yourself move up out in this world, or you will stay stagnant in the same job doing it over and over again. Now, however you want to live your life, that's how you live your life. But let that be known that if they really would, they could, and they'll just keep you there. So shout out to Samantha Irvin. Like that shit is like she had a cozy job. And like I said, she was phenomenal at what she did. She had a real cozy job. So now that she's venturing off into other things, I wish her success in that. But but like I said, it's just for some people that I support her 100% because sometimes, like I said, sometimes they will keep you there and they'll say, "Oh, you're good at this. Why don't you just do this?" And you're like, "No, I got other dreams. I got other ventures. I want to do other stuff." And sometimes you just get bored of doing the same shit. So that's another reason. But let me know what y'all think. How y'all feel about Samantha Irvin leaving WWE? Today, my name is Oskino Fly. I'm out. Peace.